Good morning campers. In today's video, join Kevin and I in this chilly Lochside camp and see how I get on with the new Durston X-Dome. That is the first 3 kilometres under the belt. It's starting to look a bit more wild now. So we'll get up to this loch, we'll get pitched, and then we'll take it from there. We are on our way to Loch Iutharn. That's where we're going to pitch. It's around about 800 metres high, hoping it'll be sheltered enough for this wind. And then what we'll do is we'll fire up Kevin's last Cairngorms Munros. Well, the landy path has petered out. We're now on this sort of faint path. And this gives us another 2 kilometres up to Loch Iutharn. So not too far now, it's 20 past 11. So that's about an hour or so we've been going. We are less than a kilometre away from this loch-in. It is 11:45, so we should be there just after 12. Get the tents pitched and we'll get up this, I think it's Beinn, Mhor. Probably pronounced the middle bit wrong, but you'll know where I am. You can just see wee Kev across the loch there. Alright folks, the X-Dome is up. Got a slightly different sleep system than normal. I have the Flextail Zero Mattress R05. That's good down to around -7 I think. Got my usual Decathlon pillow. But I've got a new quilt which is in for review. This is the Rock Front 400 base UL ultralight quilt. It's good to well actually not minus, it's good to 0 degrees, that's its comfort rating. And the limit is -5, so I might be pushing the boundaries a little bit tonight with that. But it shouldn't be too cold, hopefully. We have still got the small matter of a Munros to do before we can settle in for the night. So it's just coming up for 1 o'clock, so we've got 3 hours of daylight to play with. I think that should be more than enough to get up to the summit and back down to camp. But the clouds just rolled in again, so that's a bit annoying. Hopefully that will clear for us. But Kevin, what's the time?
12 o'clock!
Spot the tents. A wee bit.
Need the tents. Thanks for kicking stairs for me, Robert.
No bother.
Most appreciated.
We are just heading up a Munros top, Cairngorms I think it is. Then we drop down about 900 metres and up the side of Kev's Munros, and then we'll probably just have to come back this way I reckon. Card band, thank you ma'am. Boom. Right, now the actual Munros we need for the Kevster. Kevlar! 1,045 metres above sea level. I can see hee-haw, hee-haw, hee-haw. Absolutely hee-haw Jack McGraw. There we go folks. Boom. So Kevin's got a new tent as well. He's got the Lanshan Bobcat 100. Only joking. He has got this Asta Gear effort, a wee pyramid tent. Does look like a little bit like a Lanshan, but more like his other pyramid tent. It's looking pretty sturdy. And we've got my X-Dome, and I have to say folks, initial impressions, I'm really impressed. It went up so easy. You just peg out the four corners, you get the poles all set up, clip into place, and it's up in like seconds. It's brilliant. Really quite chuffed. There has been some quality control issues with these poles, so they are going to be sending out new poles to everybody who bought this in the first tranche. And the people who have bought it in the April tranche, they will get the new upgraded poles as well. I think it's a glue issue. Just some of them are coming away a little bit. But yeah, look at that. I mean, that feels pretty rock solid. I'm not going to do the water test that Dan Durston did, but you can see it's pretty firm. And I've got some guylines to tie on as well. I'll do that just now. Don't know if you can hear that, but Kevin's just hoovering his tent now. It's taking ages. But anyways, I'm ready. I've got all my down gear on. I've got my Rock Front Nord jacket on. I have got their ultralight trousers, or the pants as they call them. And I've got my down booties on as well, so that's keeping me nice and warm. You don't want to be miserable in a winter camp, so you do have to carry that a little bit more, don't you? Just to keep yourself warm. Otherwise, you'll just end up miserable and cold. But anyways, sunset is in 10 minutes, it's just gone 4 o'clock. So let's see what current scenes are like outside. So Rock Front have sent me these. They are overshoes to wear if you want to go out for a pee, photography, whatever. They're made of waterproof materials, but I'm not sure if the seams are waterproof. So I'm just going to go out, it's pretty spongy out there, walk about, see if I can feel wetness come through. Right, I've added the guy line in all four corners. Done a bowline knot here. I made these, I asked actually Durston how long these should be, and they came back and they said about 1.5 meters, so I've went 1.6 meters, just so you've got a wee bit extra for your loop. There's my line lock here. I could spin them the other way actually. I put them on the four corners. I've also got them for the top, but I don't have enough pegs tonight, so I'll use them the next time. I'm hungry, but I'm trying to hold off having dinner because it's not even 5 o'clock yet. It's just such a long night. So I'm just going to hold off maybe an hour. But in the meantime, I feel a little bit guilty because I was sent this by a company called Serotonin, I think they're pronounced. And it was a little camping table. You've probably seen other YouTubers have them. And you basically flip open and the legs usually pop out, but didn't on that occasion. And you've got this little micro table. And it looks ideal for your stove to go on top and just to take it off the cold ground. So I'm going to use that tonight. Perfect. Had to get some food in me folks, I am starving. So I've got my starter with me here. It's one of these Aldi sort of mugshot copies. It's like the Chinese noodle one. It's actually alright. Just desperately try not to spill it in my new jacket because all those E numbers and colourings will stain it. It's just about 6 o'clock. I've nipped out for a quick pee. There's the X-Dome. And there is Kev's Lanshan Bobcat 100. Temperature is about between 1 and 2 degrees Celsius. and I've got my little booties on. So the booties is a little bit of damp, but I think that's more condensation than wetness coming through from the overshoes, so that's good. But I reckon, as long as you don't go in any water above that black line and just stick to there rather than it getting submerged, I think you should be pretty good. But yeah, I'm liking these. Dinner tonight is some mushroom pasta. Pasta fungi. My good friend Tarek gave me that. Cheers, mate. That'll go down nicely tonight. I don't think I've tried the adventure food, to be honest. Hopefully it's alright. I shall report back, because as you know, I usually go for the summit to eat fellies. These pouches definitely make a difference, by the way. Just to keep that heat in, so your meal's piping hot after the 8 minutes. So the pasta fungi, it's alright actually. I mean, it's more than edible, but it's not as good as the summit to eat. But it's hot and it's tasty enough, so it'll do me. Well, it's 25 to 9. I'm going to hit the hay. I know it's quite early, but there's nothing else for it. I took off all my down gear because I need to test the quilt properly. Temperature tonight is sort of dipped and up again between 2 and 0 degrees. It's 2 at the moment inside my tent, so it's not far away from the comfort limit of the quilt, so it's a good test. See how I get on. I've just had the Horlicks as well, just to top up my energy. And I've got some peanuts by me as well, just in case I wake up cold. But I shall report back tomorrow and let you know how I get on. Good night, folks. Good morning, campers. Oh man, it is 7:10 and I'm literally just up. So is Kev. Fairly good sleep last night. Woke up cold a couple of times, so had to go for a pee, had something to eat. That helped. Fell back asleep and I'd wake up cold a couple of hours later. Same process, I'd have something to eat, nod back off. So I definitely pushed the limits of the quilt. I wouldn't want to take this below 0. But it was a good test and it worked, thankfully. Anyways, we're going to get ready. We're going to do another Munro today, I think. Right, that's me put the stove on. Let's see what it's looking like outside. Decent. Clear skies. Almost packed away, but this is the bit I hate most about wild camping, is putting away a frosty cold tent in its bag. Right, let's get done. It's ready. Whoa. Whoa. You ready, sweet cheeks?
Record show map. Yes. I'm ready, honeysuckle.
Let's go. Got everything. Right, let's do it. Oh, that's us on the move, folks. We are heading up Glas, Tulaichean, and then we'll follow the track down to the dismantled railway. But anyways, first impressions on the X-Dome. Pretty chuffed with it, to be honest. I like it a lot. Minor gripe, I would have liked to have had a half solid dinner rather than just that bit to protect your head and feet. I know they're bringing out a full solid dinner in April, but a half solid would have been perfect. I had that on the little tarp tent notch and it worked well on the Cape Raft Trail. So we're not far from the summit of Glas Tulaichean. I'm not sure if we're getting a view, because you'll probably see behind me in the camera I've got cloud to my left, and if I swivel around got some views out that way, so it could go either way. It'll be just our luck if we don't get a view though. Shod's law. The Rock Front gear from Ukraine, absolutely fantastic, cracking workmanship. I don't know if they do it in small batches or not, and the jacket, I've had that down to -4-5, wind chill past -10, out up in the Pentlands last week, didn't feel a thing. The trousers and the booties are excellent, and the little overshoes, I was impressed by them as well. It was squidgy last night, but it didn't soak through. I wouldn't want to submerge them obviously, but for just going out to take a few photos or for a quick pee or whatever, they're ideal, and it means you're not having to put cold boots on. What I would say though is the soles are slippery, so just take your time when you're walking about. But anyways, here are current scenes which are improving. We might just get inversion conditions here. Well, how typical is that, folks? The summit views have closed in with the cloud again. 2 Munros, 2 days, same happened. So looking at the map, we want to head directly west, so let's put Red Fred in the shed. There we go. So we're going that way. I have to admit to you folks that I lost my mojo a little bit. I was last out with Kevin and Lee at that buffet back in early November, and then I think it was just a mixture of bad weather and being busy, just didn't get out, and then I think it's normal that you just sort of lose interest a little bit. So I went most of November, all of December, I caught that horrible virus that was doing the rounds. That knocked me for 6 for a week. And then I wanted to get out between Christmas and New Year, and I just sort of enjoyed chilling out with the missus. It wasn't until last week my friend at work said he was heading up the Pentland Hills for a winter hike, and I thought I'll come and join you. So we took a half day for work, took the dog, had an absolute cracking winter's day on that, really cold but enjoyable, and then obviously the snow melted after that. But yeah, I suppose my whole point of bringing this up is if you do lose your mojo, just try and get back out. I know it's probably easier said than done, but if you can go with a friend, just get back out, and then you'll probably enjoy it, and it reignites the spark. And I've got out this weekend with Kevin. It's been a cracking wild camp. So yeah, on that note, I am going to love you and leave you. I'll leave some videos here if you want to watch them as well, wild camping ones. But I'm going to sign out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers!